Simpson. And Japan have gone absent without leave. This is Whitmore. Hall and Gale both available. It's still Whitmore. It is the Reggae Boys who take the lead.
Ball chat. Greetings, football family. Happy football Sunday. Happy football Sunday to the family. Welcome to Ball Chat Podcast. My name is Benton, one of your hosts. Along with the family, come on. Junior is away this week. We miss you, Junior. I miss you at least. Come on. The hard way. How you doing, family? What going on?
Good enough. I can't complain. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. I'm wonderful. But Junior tried safely out the road because we missed the Manchester United fun. Football family. Junior is away this week. How was your football week? Come on.
Good. 3 points in the bag. So I can't, you see, I'm on my jersey today because I'm feeling festive. So I'm doing okay.
All right. Football family, welcome. Really appreciate you for joining us on today's episode. We'll review some of the week's major news in the world of football. The week that was in the world of football. We'll take a look at EPL recap as Chelsea's winning penalties. There's a lot of discussion around Rudiger and the awarding of that penalty. We'll get the thoughts of our own referee, our in-house expert, the one who know the IFAB rule herself, Miss Camon. She'll give her thoughts on this weekend's penalties action in the EPL as the awarding of penalties. We'll take a look at the new interim managers for the Reggae for Jamaica's national team. The Reggae girls have an interim. Vin Blaines will take the reins, and we also have Paul Hall, who's taken in charge of the Reggae Boys. We'll discuss that. We'll also take a look at the Europa round of 16 draw coming up, and the Champions League round of 16 draw coming up. And we'll also big up NYCFC, MLS Cup champions, and we'll wrap up with Yard Ballers. But we'll start off with Ballers and Bugs. Ballers being the impressive players of the week, and Bugs being the unimpressive players. Football family, if you have Ballers, send them on. We'll go ahead and highlight them. And if you have Bugs, send them on, of course. Really appreciate you joining us. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, up the likes, up the subscription. Come on, let's get to it. Ballers of the week, family. Who do you have as your impressive players of the week?
As usual, I have to include my Liverpool, Mo Salah. Mo Salah is playing out of his mind, and I think he's one of the best footballers in the world right now. So, he scored a penalty, and we're going to talk about all the penalties this weekend. But out of all the penalties that were given this weekend, well, on Saturday, Mo Salah's penalty was the one that I thought was legit. Mo Salah continues to create chances for Liverpool, and I think they have to lock him down. This contract talk, he has not re-signed. They have to lock down Mo Salah. So Mo Salah for me is my baller of the week, and I have to give a shout out to Conor Gallagher from Crystal Palace. That young man is playing out of his mind. I think he's a very good prospect, a good midfielder, and he's on loan to Crystal Palace. And today Vera was talking all kind of madness and craziness. Listen, Chelsea go and want back them property. So, he is my baller of the week as well. So Mo Salah and Conor Gallagher.
Those are the views of come on. We're not treating any human as property around here. Talk about Chelsea going to want back them property. Why? Clean up them talk, the family. Clean up them talk. Rasta bun them thing there. But see what you're saying. See what you're saying. Definitely Conor Gallagher. Big game for Crystal Palace. And what? You guys have what? Have him on what? He's on loan to Crystal Palace for the year?
Palace. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so do you know if there's a clause that he can return to Chelsea in January? Because Chelsea look like they need all the help they can
I don't know. They were talking about it this morning, and I think they're going to ask TT in the press conference, but we don't know if there's a clause. And I think if you look at the history, Chelsea players always are able to be recalled at any time. So I wouldn't be surprised if January they call him in because Chelsea's missing me some help.
Yeah, Conor Gallagher, he probably, call him back. You need all the help you can get. Big up to the family, Kev Leslie. Big up yourself, running in. Kev Leslie said Chelsea's an undercover, come on, is an undercover Liverpool fan. Imagine that. Big up yourself. Yeah, we know, so come on, support Liverpool under the quiet. My ballers of the week, football family, welcome to Ball Chat. Really appreciate you taking the time. Junior is away this week. Big up yourself, Junior. Go and trot safely out the road, the family. We're in the Ballers and Bugs segment. My ballers of the week, family. I have a couple ballers that I want to highlight. First and foremost, ball of the week to Raheem Sterling. Raheem Sterling scored his 100th Premier League goal, 100 goals. Big up yourself, Raheem Sterling. And granted, you probably miss about 50 easier goals, but we want to give Raheem Sterling big credit. I mean, not many strikers join this 100 Premier League club. As a winger, attacking midfielder, wherever he's playing, he's definitely a work ethic footballer. Big up Raheem Sterling, 100 Premier League goals. So I got to big him up for ball of the week. And I also want to give a ball of the week to NYCFC's own Sean Johnson in goal. Big up yourself, Sean Johnson. Saved 2 PKs in the MLS Cup final as NYFC's as MLS Cup champions. Big up Sean Johnson. Excellent in goal for NYCFC as they're now the MLS Cup champions. You have to big them up. And I also want to acknowledge, come on, ball of the week to Conor Gallagher. I thought he was fantastic. Big player. He's really molded into something special. And Chelsea, like I said, should call him back fast because he's needed back at home at Chelsea. Football family have bugs, ballers and bugs. Send them on. Kev Leslie says Konate is the boss. Liverpool centre back Konate. Big up to Konate. Come on, who do you have as your bug of the week, family?
Newcastle. And I'm not going to go as far as to drag Rafa Benitez in that bug category. I think Rafa is a good coach, and I think he's working with what he has. Not Rafa. What did Rafa for?
Yeah, you said Newcastle is anyhow in charge at Newcastle, and you want to give Everton?
Yes, because I'm not going to touch on Rafa and Everton.
Everton.
Yes. So Newcastle, they spend so much money, and I think they're really poor. The quality isn't there. You have 1 and 2 players, and I think Newcastle need to go out there and spend some money. We have Everton with a big, I wouldn't say big name ballers. If Richardson is okay, but it was not effective today, and they lost to Crystal Palace 3-1. And I mean, Crystal Palace was the better team. They deserve to win. I'm not going to drag Rafa Benitez into that bug category because I think he's a good enough coach and he's working with what he has. So Everton gets my bug as well. Abba and Mikel Arteta need to take their love-hate relationship out of the public eye. I think it's messy and I think it's not good. Yes, if Mikel Arteta thinks that Abba needs to be punished, that's fine. But I don't like that he's being played out in the public eye. I don't know if Arsenal really want Abba to look bad, to say this is why we're not going to keep. I don't know. Abba is in his 30s. I think he's at the end of his career. I think he does not care. I think he's saying that the reason he was left out of the squad was because he came back late from a sanctioned trip. So it's not the first time. So Abba and Mikel, Barcelona now in 8th place in La Liga, drawing 2-2. I don't know. It's an infestation over by Barcelona. I am so disappointed in them. Not even going to touch on Europa qualification for Barcelona, but Europa League for Barcelona. But those are my bugs. Newcastle, Everton.
Yeah, go ahead. Come on. Sorry.
Newcastle, Abba, and Mikel Arteta, Everton, and Barcelona. Those are my bugs.
Yep. And I forgot to mention Demarai Gray as a ball of the week. Yes, Everton lost today against Crystal Palace. But Demarai Gray is the only bright spot in this fiasco that is Everton Football Club. Yeah, dashing Rafa Benitez inside that mess. Damari Gray is the only bright spot. He gets a ball out of the week because he scored a fantastic goal against Arsenal in Monday Night Football. Big up Casher Red, bless up family. Casher Red said 100 goals. Saluting Raheem Sterling. Big up. Come on. 5 years ago, did we think Raheem Sterling would score 100 goals? Talk it truth.
No, absolutely. Last year, you think Raheem would have scored 100 goals? And you're right. Raheem could have done 150 right now. He that just buried the chances that he had.
Yes.
You know, he missed more than him score. It was a shorter version of Morata.
Big up, Casher Red. My bugs of the week, football family. My bugs of the week. You know what? Jack Grealish, come on down. Jack Grealish gets the first bug of the week. What is 100 million pounds? Whatever the transfer fee is, this Jack Grealish thing, I've seen enough of this Jack Grealish experiment so far. Playing him on the left side of a front three, it's not working, Pep Guardiola. And Jack Grealish missed a sitter yesterday, right in front of the goal. This is akin to what Raheem Sterling has missed in the past. But Jack Grealish get the bug of the week. This is unacceptable. I know the English press is really advocating for him to do well. They want him to do well. He's loved in some parts of England. But at this current level, he's not good enough. He slows the play down at Man City when the ball goes to him on the left side. So he gets a bug of the week from me. Unacceptable display from Jack Grealish. And Pep Guardiola have to make some decision on what will happen to Jack Grealish in this inning. I guess they said that Riyad Mahrez took a while to simulate, to get with the flow. So he gets a bug of the week. Jack Grealish just not playing well enough. But
Mahrez never cost 100 mil.
Yeah, that's a good point. Mahrez never cost 100 mil. Good point. And bug of the week to Rafa. Yes, Rafa and Everton and everybody at Everton but Damari Gray. Everyone at Everton but Damari Gray. Bug of the week. And the main reason why I'm giving Rafa Benitez bug of the week, I mean, it's this love affair with Salomon Rondon. I mean, yes, he came on and he scored a little flupsy goal today. But Salomon Rondon is not Premier League caliber player. He's not. He's a championship caliber footballer. And that's where the mindset is now at Everton under Rafa. Championship level. Mediocrity reigns supreme. Keep playing Salman Run. Anytime he's available, Rafa turns to him. That's bug displayed, but I expected better from Rafa Benitez. So he gets a bug of the week. Everybody at Everton, except Damari Gray, gets a bug of the week. And Arsenal, I guess it's Southampton strength enough. The beat Southampton. This is what Arsenal has become. Mikel Arteta, Arsenal Football Club. Let's figure out a way to fix this thing because it's not working. It's mid-table garbage. You're beating Southampton and think that this is good. Southampton, bug of the week from Arsenal for me and Everton. And Jack Grealish. Those are my bugs of the week. Unacceptable. This is the legendary Patrick Vieira, Thierry Henry, Freddie Ljungberg club. These men, and now look what it has become. Just utter rubbish. And of course, we'll talk about Football Club Barcelona later on when we get to our Europa League setup. We don't even want to touch that bug side. Come on, let's continue on our football roundup and let's get to the EPL this week in the EPL action. Penalties reign supreme. Come on, you're the referee. Talk us through. Let's take it one at a time. Man City, Chelsea, Manchester United, all won on a PK. Which one was most egregious in your opinion?
Listen, I am upset. All of them are no penalty. The only penalty for me was the Liverpool one. I don't know what else to tell you. I know what else to tell you. I was going to post in the football group when Rudiger went down and they were planning on giving the penalty. I was going to post in the football group and say, if this is a penalty, I'm going to mash up my TV. I could see my name post that because I know me post that I'm going to mash up my TV because it was just so ridiculous. And I don't know. The penalty for Manu was not deserved. Chelsea's last penalty was not deserved. Manchester City's penalty was not deserved. Leicester penalty today was not deserved. Let us talk about the top three ones. The only penalty was the Mohamed Salah's penalty. That was so obvious. And if you look back on penalties at the beginning of the season, these would not have been given. Because when you go back and look at the same incidents in the beginning of the season, they weren't given. And I understand that VAR is there to support the referee. But the referees aren't even taking a minute now to take a breath. It's like immediately to the spot. And then when the rule is, when the referee gives a penalty, VAR will look at it, but it has to be a clear and obvious error for VAR to overturn it. So if the referee gets it a little correct, VAR is not going to overturn the referee. And you realize that the Man U and the City was 1-0, I think.
Yes.
And Chelsea was 3-2. So I think Leeds was robbed, and I think the other teams were robbed as well. We have to be, and my issue is this: it's 4 different games are counted in Leicester, different referees, and yes, the human component is there, but I just don't understand the logic of giving soft penalties. Not when you're talking about the top teams. Them, it is so tight, and then a 3 point here or a 1 point here can be detrimental to teams who are in the relegation zone. So I disagree completely. And if you watch Rebecca Lowe and the other guys, they disagree with the cause as well. Like across the board, for everybody, it was an OPK. And I don't understand. Use VAR correctly so we can have correct calls.
Casher Red says if Jack Grealish was a woman, he would be pregnant. Him love lay down.
We would say the same thing about Cristiano Ronaldo, and we would say the same thing about Raheem Sterling. So watch it.
The Jamai Chelsea UK said, "But my Bugs is Formula One."
Everybody else is Formula One today.
Dalton, big up yourself, family. Dalton says, "Ball of the week is Liverpool. Bug is Porto FC for crumbling when they had their destiny in their hands." Porto FC is wet in the bed there. All right, let's take these penalties one at a time and look at the João Moutinho incident. João Moutinho for Wolves says the ball hit him under his armpit. He was gesticulating or showing to the referee that it's clearly under my arm. The ball hit up. And your conclusion, come on, is that because the referee called a penalty, the evidence have to be irrefutable for them to overturn it. And so,
correct.
Okay, so you wouldn't have given a penalty for this one.
Absolutely not.
Okay.
And even in my and we laugh about this because we think it's funny because I say even referee at my little dibby level, my certification class is so vigorous. We spend hours watching what is a handball, and they change the rules so often. Remember last year, any handball was a goal. It's not like that anymore. If the ball hits the defender on the thigh, gets onto the hand, it's not a handball. So, it is different for us spectators because we really don't know the rules, but it changes so often, and then some things are crazy. If it's under the arm, there's no way. There's absolutely no way it should have been given a penalty. I don't know. VAR said it wasn't clear and obvious, so they stuck with the referee's decision, which I think was wrong. Speaking about Wolves, one boy did a box in them face. I'm not advocating violence.
These are the views of come. Yeah.
Let me take that back. As a
2 years as Junior would have said. 2 years as.
Yes, 2 years as. Let's take it back. I am also in a football group. I ask Kerry all the time how I get into this group because I have to be arguing with people back and forth over the foolishness. So the referee, yes, the referee is supposed to ref and keep the spirit of the game in mind. But the rules are the rules, and the rules are there for a reason. As a professional footballer, you know that if you delay the restart of a game, it's a caution.
Yes.
A free kick, you're supposed to give the player space. This is not primary school or high school where the player ball out. Ref 10.
Yes,
You know this. So you got a stupid yellow card and you decided that you want to delay the start of the game. It has to be a yellow, and that's a second yellow, 2 stupid yellows, and you leave your team down. Before that red, let us be honest, they were all them own against Manchester.
Yes.
I think if we had 11 versus 11, I think it would have been a different outcome, barring a thieving penalty for them. Also, I want to touch on this too. If guys in a football group that I'm not going to call the name, I want to throw it out there because we're going back and forth. If you watch the Premier League, you realize that a substitution is not complete until the player who is being substituted gets on the pitch when the player will come off. So let us 1 minute, Benton, 30 seconds.
Yes, go ahead.
Asking whatever. So the question was, if a player gets a second yellow for wasting time when coming off while being substituted, will the player who is being substituted on be able to come on? He can come on, but he won't be substituted for that player who got a second yellow. So if you're walking off the pitch slowly and you get a red, your team is reduced to 10 men. So I'm throwing it out there because we're going back and forth and we can't bother. So homeboy got a yellow card, deservedly a second yellow, and he left his team hanging out there.
Yes.
So it's just ridiculous. So Wolves, I was kind of impressed with Wolves. I gotta say. So no, we kind of see the top 3 teams kind of struggling to kind of beat teams. And let us be honest, if it wasn't for those penalty calls, then Liverpool would probably be top of the table.
The Raul Jimenez, yes, he's definitely made some bonehead decision. 2 consecutive crazy decisions there in the span of a minute or so, or a few minutes, and pick up the red. On the Rudiger, as it relates to the Rudiger penalty, we spoke about it earlier. Klisch, put his foot on Rudiger's back of his leg. You wouldn't call it as an official, as a certified official, as you spoke about earlier. Rudiger, I don't know if you saw the replay where Rudiger was smiling there. It looked like he was smiling when his face was on the ground rolling there.
It's that Chelsea thing. Do you remember when Drogba was on the ground and he peeped up between his fingers looking when he was supposed to be fouled? You remember that?
Yes.
It's like a Chelsea thing. And yes, referees get tricked. I mean, like, we get tricked all the time. I mean, like, it is part of the game. But they have to penalize players. Like, if a player dives in the box and it's not a penalty, it's a dive. And with a dive, you card the player so we can take it out of the game.
Yeah.
Nowadays, even Ronaldo. Ronaldo is one of the players who I like him, but he whines too much. Like every incident, every little feel, he wants to fall and he wants to ask for a foul or a penalty. And it's just madness. And I think players know in the little bit of pressure that they feel, they use it to their advantage. And it's really harsh. When you say a referee give up, because you really don't know.
Yeah.
So Rudiger, to me, the first one was, but for me, the last penalty that Chelsea got was not. And we have to be fair. Yes, I'm happy for the 3 points because the last 20 minutes, Leeds did a ball my side. When we say my team is under pressure, with it under pressure. Yes, we got for it, but we have to love the game and we have to call it out when we see it.
Yeah,
and yes, that was not a penalty to me. I would not have given it if I was the referee on the pitch.
Yeah. Big up, only DNE. Only DNE says Grealish not ready. Yes, we agree. Definitely Grealish not ready. And yes, there was questionable call regarding the Manchester United foul. Manchester United penalty. Let's take a look at the scores for the weekend and step over to looking at the table in a second. Coach of Norwich, Dean Smith said, yo, basically, Manchester United players were refereeing the game. I guess Dean Smith may get a call from the Referees Association. He said Marcus Rashford gave himself a free kick, and, Manchester United players were essentially the man in charge, are the ones who were dictating what the referee did. Do you like that assessment by Dean Smith? Come on, for a coach to let them talk there.
Yes.
Yes. I mean, but the call, man, just leave it alone. Talk to the coach after the referee afterwards rather than put it in public. That's all.
But he was asked the question though, right?
It's not everything good to eat, good for talk. Sometimes we just say.
Well, he's learning from Jose Moreno. But to be fair though, I mean, no, talk the truth. Norwich did play good.
Yes, they played well. They have significantly improved.
Norwich should have walked away with a point, at least a point. So yes, as I remember, Norwich not doing so well. So as a coach, you feel as if you really lost that game unfairly. And I tell people all the time, the coach is your advocate. When a player comes to me and talk to me, I don't want to hear it. I really don't make a coach be an advocate. And that's what he's doing.
Yes, he's advocate.
And I mean, it is what it is. But we saw it with our own eyes, Benton, that Norwich was wrong.
Yeah. Now, but all right, let's look at the EPL table as round 16 wraps up. Tottenham game was postponed because of COVID positive, an infestation regarding COVID at the Tottenham headquarters.
But not only that too, Manchester United did not have training today. I think something like that because there's talk of COVID in the Manchester United camp as well. And another camp, was it Aston Villa? Aston Villa, I think too.
Yes, I think there were reports for Aston Villa. David Ornstein reported that Manchester United didn't have training because of COVID infection. So we'll see if the Brentford versus Manchester United game scheduled for Tuesday will go ahead. Speaking of the table, Norwich sitting on 10 points. They're 3 points away from safety. Watford sitting right above them. Norwich is still in this thing. Come on.
Norwich is still in this thing. Norwich are dead last.
Yeah, but they are still in it. I mean, they are, and they have a coach now who's definitely whipped them into shape in regarding defensively, and they might survive this thing. Who knows? Dean Smith.
And you see why that 1 point was so vital to them, right? Because they would have hopped, skipped, and jumped over Newcastle, and they would be under Burnley. Them goal difference is ridiculous.
Yes, but, the goal difference is a huge.
And if they had won, then they would be in good standing as well. So I just think they were just hard done this weekend. But I liked how they were playing. I still think yes, Pookie is a championship player, but Pookie is my Pookie. So I think that Norwich will be safe because Watford's not playing good. Southampton's not playing good. I am so disappointed in Leeds. Leeds was like the great team that moved up from championship, and we expected so much more from them.
The honeymoon period over, man. Honeymoon period, the second season now. I mean,
and they really did not make a splash on the transfer market.
Yes.
So I think Dean Smith is a good coach, and so the Aston Villa sacking was really surprising. Yes, every team have them little slump and the injuries and stuff, but I did like how Norwich was playing, and yes, hopefully they'll stay up. But if not, they'll win the championship next season.
Jamal Chelsea says next Bugs FC Barcelona and Juventus. We'll get to Barcelona in a second as we discuss Europa League coming up, draw coming up tomorrow along with Champions League draw. Before we move away from the EPL, the festive season is coming. The games are coming thick and fast now. Man City sitting at the helm. Liverpool 37 in second. Chelsea in 36 in third on 36. For Chelsea, N'Golo Kante is huge to whatever they decide to do. Whatever objective they have, they must get N'Golo Kante back. How is the state of the status? What is the status of N'Golo Kante?
Man still injured. Can I touch on Salah for a minute? I mean, it's like, what?
Touch on who?
Salah, man. Arsenal don't want a player.
The one side. What?
So listen. So are we saying that without Kante and Chilwell, let's not leave out Chilwell, right? So you're saying without Chilwell and Kante, Messiah struggle.
I think
Then no,
Chilwell is definitely important, but
yeah,
they gave
and
up 2 goals
every
yesterday. Sorry, they gave
look
up
here,
2 goals yesterday.
every time. Well, all right then. Let me get Alonso and prop. Yesterday is a goal line clearance for us, right? From Alonso, which is
Yeah.
okay. But Alonso is not good enough. Whenever Alonso in my starting lineup or on my pitch, I expect to lose. I do not know how. I think maybe he's a beast. You see some of them players there, you think that in training they're a beast. Because when they come on the pitch, then we don't see anything. Isn't Lukaku back from injury? Why am only against 6 minutes? What is that madness? What is the craziness with Kai Havertz? I put a call out to all of my friends them in London and say every pre-game, them need to invite Kai Havertz over them yard, make some porridge, give him with a little bit of lamp oil. Because for some reason, Kai Havertz he just does not look the part. And I think he's just an expensive player for the League Cup. Because the Premier League, I think, is moving too fast for him. I don't get it. Timo Werner is not that great either. So what is it? Lukaku isn't injured anymore. Why are we not using him? And why are we not have So I don't know what TT doing. I think he's overthinking things. And I think if he mess around, him and the Russians.
I think games coming thick and fast. Mateo Kovacic, there was word that he's back in training, and he's also an integral part of that Chelsea midfield. Is he supposed to return soon? Come on.
He's in training, so let us see. Will he get 90? Will they integrate him in come second half? I'm just saying, we are starving for goals, right? Because I think if you outscore, yes, defense is good, but if you outscore your opponents, you must win, right? So we have £100 million man. Where? And we give 6 minutes to do what? And I mean, like, leaves to the ball. I was so worried, and I just don't understand. TT needs to get himself together, because if that's the case, Man City and Liverpool will just run away, leave us. It's tight now, but all we need to do, if we drop 2, if we lose 2 games, and City and Liverpool win 2, I think it is over, because it's going to be very hard to catch them back, unless we get some DVD side to beat up and Norwich and even then we're not safe. Because I think Chelsea's problem is speed. Without a Conte, I think speed kills us, because Thiago is really, really slow.
Yeah, he's slow.
And I say Alonso, I think Alonso overthinks things. And I think Rudiger reminds me of a Damian Lowe, where very good defender, but can be rash at times. So, let us see. Chalobah is still out. Sometimes Reese is on, sometimes he's off. He wasn't really effective. I don't know. We just need to get it together.
Getting to the business end of the EPL festive season, games coming fast. You have games on Tuesday. Feature game for Tuesday, Man City versus Leeds. Feature game for Wednesday of this week, Arsenal versus West Ham. West Ham should beat that side. And Liverpool plays Newcastle on Thursday. Everton versus Chelsea is a feature game for that. But for the Thursday fixtures, Liverpool and Man City, it seems like they're kind of getting to the stage to try to separate from this group. And Chelsea better not slip.
And I just said that. Can you not say it again? Like a rugby team.
Yes, they better not slip. Weekend fixtures.
Listen, and this is 3 points.
Yes.
Them say you can't be the country chicken before the match, but there's no way Newcastle are going to beat Liverpool. Yes, we can't hope for Leeds to ball Man City and beat them, but there's no way Newcastle is going to beat Liverpool. And Chelsea will have their hands full with Everton. Yeah, Everton can be poor at times, but when Everton click, when Richardson and Damari Gray click, I'm Pickford not too bad either. right? So whatever. So we have to make sure that when we get our games going, we get our 3 points.
Yeah. Games coming thick and fast over the this week and the Christmas period, and then games next weekend also. So we have games this week in the EPL and games over the weekend. Feature game on Sunday: Spurs versus Liverpool. Providing that Spurs COVID situation is resolved, Man City will play Newcastle on Sunday. Feature game on Saturday: Arsenal versus Leeds. That's it for our EPL roundup. Any final news? Any final news about the EPL this weekend that you thought? I mean, the games, some of them were lukewarm at best. Any final takeaway from this weekend's EPL action?
We don't want some more teeth in penalties. The
No
people
more
them
teeth in
win them
penalties.
game fair and square.
All right, let's look ahead at the Champions League draw coming up. Come on, and Europa League draw coming up tomorrow. Your thoughts on where things are in terms of these 16 teams that have made it, and what do you expect looking forward to the Champions League and Europa League draw? I suspect now you will finally watch Europa League because Football Club Barcelona is now a member of the Europa League.
Absolutely not. I don't watch Thursday night football. I have other things to do.
So you're not watching Football Club Barcelona?
No, I have my ear to watch on a Thursday and the dog to be on a Thursday. I mean, I have no time for what Barcelona and Europa. I don't watch Thursday night football, sir.
Atalanta, Barcelona, Dortmund made it into the Europa League. The draw is scheduled for tomorrow. In Champions League, the teams that are, of course, the usual suspect: Bayern Munich, Liverpool, Paris, Ajax, Chelsea, Real Madrid. Real Madrid won the Madrid derby today. Champions League and Europa League draw round of 16 will take place tomorrow. Big games coming down. Big games coming out. As it pertains to the only shot news that's coming out of this week's Champions League action is that we expected Barcelona to get eliminated and go to Europa League. And in the light of things, I mean, it was expected. So it may be a good thing for them. Because the side
Why
are
is it a
good.
good thing for them?
Huh?
Why is it a good thing for them?
You know, because they're not up to scratch. They have other things to do. They need to focus on trying to qualify for Champions League next year in the league. I think playing multiple competitions, the Europa League, or our Champions League and Copa del Rey, whenever that picks back up, is really going to stretch his team. And right now, Xavi is essentially trying to figure out his best 11. And I don't even think he has 11 good players there.
That's what I said to you. Unless Braithwaite come back, make it up to 11. But he said he wanted to build from the ground up. Hey, Xavi, you're there, I know you're there ground. So let's all the way, listen, Barcelona poor. Just poor all around. The quality is poor, the level is poor. And I think maybe they have to play PK because he's part owner. So they have to play him. I just don't understand what is going on. They spend so much money. You know what? I never want to talk about it.
Big up, Prime Minister. Is Barcelona the favorite to win the Europa League? Come on.
All you mean? Not over Borussia Dortmund. Not Borussia Dortmund. I gotta run them up, run up the score, because they can't handle speed. So no, Barcelona the favorite. Listen, I think if Barcelona fail to reach the final of Europa, that's it. I burn all of me. No, I not burn them. I'm going to use them and wash my car. That's what I'm going to do. If them fail to win Europa, I am using my Barcelona jersey, and I'm saying it right now, and wash my car, because that makes no sense. Because it would be like how the mighty has fallen. So nobody now want to go. There was rumor that Cavani was going to go to Barcelona. Cavani was like me, got to wear, and they're not the Champions League. So they're not going to attract talent.
Big up to Marshall Mullins. Big up yourself, family. Bless up yourself, John. Welcome to Ball Chat. Come on. Before we move on, I want to remind listeners the Champions League and Europa League draw is scheduled for 11 a.m. Eastern Time tomorrow. 16 teams in the knockout stage of the Champions League. The draw is scheduled for tomorrow. come on, you saw the Madrid derby. Real Madrid defeated Atletico Madrid. Atletico Madrid is not doing well in the league. Do you expect Real Madrid? It seems like Carlo Ancelotti has this Real Madrid team clicking. I mean, do you expect them to win? How far do you expect them to go in this Champions League?
I think they'll go final.
Surprising. I mean, are you surprised how quickly he seemed to have rectified the issues there?
No, I mean, like, listen, players are allowed to have bad games, bad seasons, right? We know the quality. We know Vinicius' quality. We know Asensio quality. We know Big Ben's quality. We know the quality of the Real Madrid squad. There was no big shuffle. There was no influx of players. There was no exodus of players. What we're looking at is the core group, right? Is the core Real Madrid. Now, only for new faces. This is what we're seeing. This is what you get when a team train and play together and hang together and just move forward together. You have to trust the process. Nobody knew. So now when you see the Benzema comfortable in him get a new contract, when you see Vinicius get a new contract and given the ability to roam, right? Because he's not stationary. So the coach give him you look at players who are playing free. Like one boy said to them, listen, go out there and live your best life. So you see Vinicius now scoring for fun because he's not restricted. You see a Big Ben scoring because he's in shape, going back to France. So you're seeing the players really feeling football, and it's not even boring football neither.
Yeah,
it's not sit back. No, it's not no sit back and soak up pressure.
Yes,
it's like real attacking, defending, fun, good football. So they're going to win. They're on 42 points.
Yeah,
Wrap it up. No, it is there. So with this cushion, this much cushion, Benton, players can be what they can be creative. They can back heel. They can flick your ball nice. They can do whatever they want to do.
Yeah.
So I see Real Madrid going far because they're doing well. There's no pressure on them in the league. So they can be really free and fresh and fit when it comes to the Champions League.
Yeah, Prime Minister says big talk. We want to see the car spotless. Come on, when you use your Barcelona jersey, watch it if they don't win. Looking at the Champions League round of 16 teams, it's funny. Villarreal is in the next round of 16 and Football Club Barcelona is home. That's interesting. Big up to Villarreal, Unai Emery and Villarreal. I will say this, and tomorrow the Champions League round of 16 and Europa League round of knockout stage draw will take place. I will say this, Liverpool, I think, is a huge favorite to win this competition. If those players stay healthy, I think this team will probably repeat. If they're on, there's not many teams in this round of 16 will beat them. Maybe Bayern Munich at best.
Ajax.
No, so Ajax,
Ajax, Bayern, and Liverpool, I think, were the only teams to be perfect.
Yes.
In this round. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Ajax scored 20 goals and 5 goals were scored against them. The goal difference was 15. Yeah. And the group wasn't bad either. So I think maybe even Real Madrid can beat them. But it's going to take a miracle to really beat Liverpool. Remember we said that Liverpool's group was the group of death?
Yes, the group was
Liverpool look at us and say, we laugh in your face. Group of what? So when we hear the Liverpool fans them a ball and I say, whoa, whatever, you really don't have anything to worry about as long as your main players remain healthy.
Yeah, if that those front three stay healthy, Thiago Alcantara is playing some good football. Liverpool is a special team. You know, I mean, and if you're a fan of the game and a bias towards the team, it's really joy to watch how they, electric football essentially.
Can't talk too much about them. You hear them talk about me undercover Liverpool fan. You just love football, and it's a joy to really watch them play football.
Yeah, man.
We used to tease them and say, I got Thiago goal, I only get Thiago silver, like the other way around, because my one a quick silver. Man, slow like molasses.
Yes, and the Europa and Champions League knockout stage draw will take place tomorrow, 11 a.m. We'll go ahead and post on our platform once the next round of matches and the matchups take place is scheduled. Before we move to Jamaican football, come on, we have to highlight NYFC, champions of the MLS. Big up to NYFC and Sean Johnson. Quick 5 seconds, make you give them time because it's not often them win trophy.
I first win MLS Cup and then win them division too. Sean Johnson, my husband was a complaint say because we like Bill Hamid, so we said Bill Hamid is better than Sean Johnson, but apparently not. I'm like, I don't know.
Is Sean Johnson have some Jamaican connection?
Him play for the U team one time.
Yes. Okay. See,
yeah, Sean Johnson could. Yeah, but I think we covered in the goalkeeper, whatever, because Imam Blake is going to coexist, right?
Yes,
because they're two starting goalkeeper. That's the quality. So I like Portland. I was happy that New York City FC won because the game was really exciting. Well, no, the game is kind of boring-ish. But it was end-to-end action, kind of, because them skip out the middle. But anyway, so the goal, the equalizing goal, and this is the thing I talk about. I mean, like, we love VAR, but VAR is run by human beings. And because it is run by human beings, we still get the error. New York City FC, the player was fouled in the build-up of that equalizing goal. And the VAR referee did not disallow the goal. So when they went to penalties, I knew it was karma for me because they should have won in regular time. So big up to New York City FC, aka Man City, but the poorer cousin who don't have a stadium, aka Oil Money FC, for winning the MLS Cup. New York Red Bull should be ashamed of themselves. They have a stadium. They have players for themselves coming up to the academy, and they don't have a star to show it. But anyways.
Yeah, don't light a fire. Leave the Red Bulls fan. Big up to the Red Bulls nation. But Pep Guardiola, speaking at his pre-match presser on Friday, said, yo, we are pulled for NYFC. Of course, their sister club owned by the CM group or whatever. So congrats to the MLS champs, NYCFC. All right, let's get to Jamaican football because we have a lot of things to touch on Jamaican football. Come on, Mr. Vin Blaine made his return. Reggae Girls' new coach. Vin Blaine is back at the wheel. Your thoughts? He was the U.S. Virgin Islands director of football or football coach and education director. Your thoughts on Vin Blaine being hired to be the man in charge to take the Reggae Girls to the World Cup?
First of all, Vin Blaine need to lose that earring.
No, leave the man earring alone.
I mean, lose the earring proper. But anyways, I like Vin. I don't know if I would. Let me choose my words carefully. I don't know if I would choose Vin, but let us see who his assistant is. Let us see. I think they've started to have camp. You know, the good thing is that Vin Blaine is not a new person. He's used to the runnings of the JFF. He's used to the shenanigans. He's used to the people. Let us see. We need to start our campaign from now. So having someone identified to do so is a plus. I don't know who the assistant is. I haven't heard, but congrats to Vin Blaine.
Vin says, quote, I am very motivated. I have seen the team and the players, and I think they have a strong team that can make it to the World Cup, and to coach a team to the World Cup is every coach's dream, end quote. You know, he's definitely, you know, people speak about him as a tactician. He's definitely in the know when it comes to coach. It's a huge task now. Decided to take on this responsibility of taking the Reggae Girls to the World Cup. Yeah, I guess we'll just wait and see. Any word on who might be a part of his staff? Have we heard anything? Who might be in this?
Nothing
Nothing.
yet. No. Hopefully they'll announce it soon, since he's you know, he's there.
And just to remind listeners of the lay of the land for CONCACAF World Cup qualifiers for Women's World Cup in 2023 coming. The first round of qualifications that will take place between February of next year to April. Teams are divided into teams 3 to 32 are divided into six groups of 5. The top 2 teams in CONCACAF already qualified to the final round that will take place in April. That is United States and Canada. The winners of each group will then go on to join USA and Canada in the final round. The top 2 from each of those groups of the final round will make it to New Zealand, Australia. Is that sounds about right? Was I correct?
Yeah.
And Jamaica is sitting in Group C with Dominican Republic, Bermuda, Grenada, Cayman Islands. When asked, Vince says the first objective is to win the group. Of course, win the group, because you have to win the group to go through.
Yeah, and the thing is, remember, you know, we can't look at it and say, oh, these are easy teams. Everybody recruiting. Everybody is there recruiting players. So like how we have Chelsea player, Liverpool player, Reading, everybody recruiting.
I mean, but come on. You were playing Dominican Republic, Bermuda, Grenada, Cayman Islands.
Excuse me. Listen to me. Remember the same thing we talked about Curacao?
If the Jamaican women's team cannot win this group, and football family, you need to win this group and to go on to the final round of CONCACAF World Cup qualifiers.
Ball don't play on paper, Benson.
Well, thank you for reminding me.
Ball don't play on paper. So if we have a Drew Spence from Chelsea, Bermuda might have a Tracy McKenzie from Arsenal. You know, it's not far-fetched. So all we have to do is take care of our business, fix our yard, off camp. Don't wait till 2 weeks before the tournament. You're bringing the players them. You know you have the Bunny Shaw and the Drew Spence out there, and the Chinese Lou and the Sydney Shiner out there. Get the local players them together in camp. And what I have been told was that they're having camp. There's no camp going on.
All right, yeah, and my apologies to the opponents. I don't want to disrespect Dominican Republic, Bermuda.
You did it already, too late.
Okay, my apologies on Cayman Islands. You have to respect the opponent. So yes, Vin Blaine will take charge of the Reggae Girls. CONCACAF first round of World Cup qualifiers for will take place from February to April. FIFA World Cup will take place in 2023. Australia, New Zealand teams expanded from 24 to 32 teams. Anything that stand out in the other groups? Come on. I mean, Mexico, Puerto Rico, Suriname, Antigua, Barbuda, Anguilla in Group A. Mexico should win that group, the favorites, right? In Group B, Guatemala.
We want them eat up them one over there. So we're not business about them. We want them up themselves. I mean, like, but let us be fair too. Mexico women's team are really not powerhouse. I mean, like, yeah, we always say Mexico. Now we always say because the men good, we are gonna assume whatever. Haiti is always, they've always been a problem team for us. Haiti, they're technical and fast, just like us. I mean, like US, of course, Canada, of course. But we should be able to progress from this road. Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to say easily, but we should be able to progress.
And so Haiti is in Group E, where they play Cuba, Honduras, St. Vincent, and the Grenadines and British Virgin Islands. And just to reiterate, family, the top two in CONCACAF World Cup qualifiers, top two in FIFA standing, women's team automatically make it to the final round. The top two teams are the US and Canada. They're waiting for 6 teams. The winner of each of these Group A through F, will go on to join the USA and Canada in the final round for CONCACAF World Cup qualifiers. The top 2 from each of those groups will then go on to Australia, New Zealand for the Women's World Cup. And then the third place will play in an Intercontinental Championship to make it to the World. All right, so that's the women's team. Vin Blaine at the wheel. We'll see what happens. And of course, Ball Chat will provide wall-to-wall coverage of Jamaican Reggae Girls Women's Qualifier. All right, Paul Hall is now the man at the wheel when it comes to the Reggae Boys. Come on, take it away.
Well, on that one assistant, did he say?
I have no idea, but Paul Hall is now in charge. I guess this is long overdue. I mean, it's one of the worst kept secret. I think most of us knew that Tapper was on the way out. Are you surprised that Paul was appointed though? And since he was Tapper's assistant, come on.
No. But if Paul Hall had said no, I would have understood because the man have him in business to deal with a foreign. So I am not surprised. As I said, it's a continuation of whatever we have. So he knows the players, he knows the mission. I don't think he helped himself with the Panama game, but I think JFF think that Paul Hall know what I do. I don't even know, but let us see what happens. If he can turn this around, the second half of our campaign, then it was a good interim signing. If he cannot, then it was a bad one. But we're not going to know. But I mean, I think JFF don't have any money. I wouldn't be surprised Paul Hall work for free.
Yeah, reminding listeners, Canada, the standing in the CONCACAF World Cup qualifiers, men trying to make it to Qatar 2022. Canada sitting on 16 points, USA 15, Mexico and Panama tied on 14, Costa Rica 9 points, Jamaica 7, El Salvador 6, Honduras on 3 points. Come on, usually in football, normally you get a new coach and there's a new coach kick. There are 6 games remaining in this phase. So the Reggae Boys will play Mexico on January 27th. New coach kick supposed to provide 3 points. They have to get 3 points at the Independence Park.
Yeah, you have the new coach, but you have the same players. So I don't. I don't even know what you're talking about. Maybe we'll get points without playing top football. I mean, maybe the philosophy will be different, but they're still the same players. So, how can you win the game with the same players, refuse to score or cannot score, miss the goal same way, don't defend properly, unless the philosophy change. So, we'll see. We're still in it. We're not out of it. We're not out of the zone. We still have a chance to make it. Mexico is a wounded animal. They're not playing their best. I think this is one of the poorest Mexican side we've seen, and they're ripe for the picking. And we can beat Mexico. We beat the USA. If it wasn't for the TV referee, no, I'm not saying so. If it wasn't for that bad call, my apologies. If it wasn't for that bad call. If it was that bad call, would have walked away with 3 points.
And press officer Earl Bailey of the JFF reported that the Jamaican Federation was fined $1,000 by FIFA for a bottle being tossed.
1,000 Swiss francs, sir.
Thank you. 1,000 Swiss francs. Sorry, I need to do my conversion. 1,000 Swiss francs for a bottle being tossed on the track or tossed after the disallowed Damien logo there. Come on. So, you know what? Do you expect fans in the stand for this game against Mexico?
Yes. 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 The numbers are improving. So I think I think, what's his name? Chris and Andrew need to realize that the reggae boys need the fans. And what kind of buckle was it? You know, them lucky was that Shandy buckle because that lick at,
I don't even know if Shandy still make. Come on, I don't even.
So, a red stripe, watermelon buckle. So yes, I think we'll get fans in the stands. I mean, we should get fans in the stands. Aren't we the only ones playing without fans?
Yeah, I think we are the only ones. You need fans in the stands. There's a way to do it, and you saw the impact of fans at the last encounter. You know, you definitely give the players a lift. Before we go to yard ballers, sticking to World Cup qualifiers, and Jamaica JFF press officer Earl Bailey reported that VAR will be utilized in the next round of qualification, World Cup qualifiers, CONCACAF. I haven't heard or seen anything officially from CONCACAF. The last I saw from CONCACAF relating to VAR was in September when they said that some stadiums weren't ready. But if Mr. Bailey is correct, I mean, he should know. He's JFF press officer. Your thoughts on if VAR is actually used?
We need VAR. You know what? It's a double-edged sword because if we had VAR, Damien would have gotten a red. Taxi would have gotten a red. But the goal that Damien Lowe scored would have counted. So, you know, so it is a double-edged sword. I think, and I said before, VAR is as good as the person who is using it, who is running it. But it's an extra set of eyes. You know, the ball, the line cross, the ball crossed the line. And not even goal line technology. They want to thump it on them net back. But anyways, you know, we can use it. I mean, it can be to our detriment and it can be to our benefit. So I think VAR would be an extra thing that would be good for us.
And once again, football family, we just want to reiterate that JFF press officer Earl Bailey tweeted that VAR will be utilized in the upcoming round of matches, or in the game against Mexico. I haven't seen anything officially from CONCACAF pertaining to this. We'll keep you abreast. My only issue with this is that, brother, if you use VAR now, I mean, you never use VAR 8 games ago. You can't introduce VAR in the middle of the competition. I think that's a big no-no. The competition is running with VAR. Don't introduce it. Just end the competition the way it is. And in the next round, our next qualification period, use VAR. I don't agree with this decision, if it's actually utilized.
Well, we disagree upon that. I think it is a good thing. Yes, them never use it in the first half, but I think they saw where they needed it. I mean, for some of the games, come on now, the officiating was shambolic for some of the games, and some of the calls were really, you know, bad. I know like 2 of the calls them went against the USA. I wouldn't be surprised if USA write them a letter and tell them, say, dear CONCACAF, we would appreciate it if you would introduce VAR. Yours with love, USA.
So, but we saw VAR in the EPL this weekend, and we're gonna get to yard ballers in like 30 seconds. So, what if we have some human error in the VAR booth? Come on, I mean, how does that?
Yes, I mean listen, that's also a given. But what if we have a competent VAR referee? What if, listen, my issue is this in CONCACAF, no. If the ball crosses the line, right? Yes. And the assistant ref don't see it and the center ref don't see it, and the goalie kick it out or the defender kick it out, it is not giving us a goal. If VAR look at it, and you see it cross the line, you have to give it as a goal. For me, even if that is what we use, even if we use VAR for the ball going across the touchline or the side, that's fine with me. If they're not gonna use it good for do whatever. But and even offside, come on now, how many Benton? I believe that half a loaf is better than no loaf at all.
All right, fair enough, football family. As we said, we will wait for official word from CONCACAF. We'll go ahead and tweet out or send on our social media platform if we get official word from CONCACAF. Once again, Earl Bailey, press officer of the JFF, reported that VAR will be used. I have not seen anything officially from CONCACAF. We will see. All right, let's get to Yard Ballers, highlighting Jamaican players plying their trade overseas and Jamaican football. Yard Ballers.
I have nothing much going on.
Hey, look, Manning's doing well in the Costa Cup. You must have something about schoolboy football.
Listen, I'm schoolboy football. But Bunny Shaw had an assist to help Man City steal a spreading 3-2 comeback victory over Birmingham City. So I think we should say that we will get out of the first round of the women's football. So Bunny Shaw is back. For USL, what's his name? Oh my God, what the guy named there? LAFC.
O'Neal Fisher.
No, not O'Neal Fisher. What the next one name again?
O'Neal Fisher was at Galaxy, right?
No, LAFC, man. LAFC, the young one. When me, I'm like a skinny one. Where them said the Go-Go Club. Look a skinny one name again.
Peter Lee Vassell.
Peter Lee Vassell. I say Go-Go Club, you know him. Peter Lee Vassell.
Why you have to bring Go-Go Club in this? The Peter Lee.
But the part, me tell the LAFC and never catch it. And now me tell about that you catch it, you see? So them say,
big up Peter Lee.
Peter Lee Vassell was cut from his team, Indy. So hopefully he'll bounce back. Nico, I think, is not going to re-sign with Birmingham. So he'll be moving to a different club. Who else? Andre Lewis was retained by his team, so he's going to stay there. I think Deshaun Beckford is still on loan to Moby. So they have to work out his little loan agreement. Junior Fleming is the biggest news that we have. Rumor has it that he has signed for League 2 team, was it Toulouse? Which is a big club. So last season when they were relegated to second division, people were like, what? But currently they're, in the race to be promoted. So that's a big move. Congrats to you, Junior. We always say, when not dead, don't bury it. I know you had a rough couple of months, but this is just to prove that cream rises to the top and hard work always pays off. So congrats on your big move, sir. Who else? That's it. Nothing else not go on for whatever. Let's talk about schoolboy football because Junior Benton going to have a fit.
Yeah, big up Junior Flemings at moving to Toulouse. Big up if once we
So Stats beat Catherine 4-1, which is a surprise to me because everybody that beat up Catherine. So we think Catherine was going to be the team where, really give people a run for their money. Nah. So Stats said, come here, boy, and grab him. JC beat Mona 2-0, but Craig said they're going to meet again. So he's going to definitely win the schoolboy champion trophy. So Craig, we're going to watch it. KC beat Charlie Smith 3-0. Excelsior beat KT 3-1. The usual suspects. So nothing crazy not go on there. So we expected those scores. So in D Cup, we might talk about Manning's barely scraped through past Veer 3-2 Benton.
And they were leading 3-0 at half. We put in the subs.
and nearly get whooped. So Dintil beat Christiana 4-0. Garvey Maceo beat From 2-0. Edwin Allen. Let's get Edwin Allen the trophy from now and call it George. Beat William Nib 2-0. Happy Grove and Monroe College tied 1-1. Tech beat St. Thomas Tech. St. Thomas Tech play football? Really? 6-1. 6-1, Manchester with Kerry's team. Nobody wants to transfer to Manchester, Kerry. But we just tell you that from now. So you don't have to worry about Issa coming with a little full rules. So Manchester beat McGrath 4-0. And Big Bad Clarendon College beat Cornwall College 2-1. I would get kicked out again. Camperdown and Tivoli Listen, next show we're going to talk about Issa. I have to do my research on Issa. I was looking to see if I see these rules anywhere. Or Issa just make up the rules, them and just fling them out there. Because I don't see Issa going this hard on JC LLC. So
Um,
I
JC family, those are the views that come out.
and only can't be with my brother used to go JC, so I can say. So JC is LLC. I don't see Issa going so hard. So Camperdown and Tivoli got kicked out of the competition. I think what they're talking about is that they use ineligible players. The argument is there's this one specific player who did not go to school for an entire year. His parents sent him overseas to an academy where he played football. So they're saying that he's not eligible because he did not go to school for that year. So the question is, did he participate in online classes? Because if he participated in online classes, Issa him go to school. So we're going to examine it some more, get some more information, find out why Issa is taking out these teams. As if Issa never have an intern to go through and see who is eligible or not before the start of the season. I'm telling you, Issa want to run by a woman because them something they want to run by a week. So they need to get the act together. You can't just pick 4 teams in the middle of the season when you should have done your due diligence. And the coaches as well should have done their due diligence to see if players are eligible or not. If you're not sure, I am quite sure that you could have called somebody at ISA to get the information.
Yeah, that's the next thing I was going to say. It's responsibility of the coach. Them know the rules, and Clarendon College have the ineligible players who can get just to help manage. By the way, Clarendon family, don't send me any hate mail. Just to remind football family of the standings in the Manning Cup quarterfinals groups. Stats like Amon says, and Jamaica College sitting at the top in Group 1, our Zone A, and Kingston College and Excelsior sitting at the top in Zone B. So that's the quarterfinals action group standing. And then courtesy of Issa, the standing in the Da Costa Cup. It's not very often we see Manning sitting at the top in anything, so we're going to go ahead and just highlight it. Group 1, Dintil and Edwin Allen tied on 3 points. In Group 2, Manning's sitting on 3 points, and Happy Grove and Monroe sitting on a single point. In Group 3, Stats and Garvey Masaya sitting on 3 points. In Group 4, Manchester and Clarendon College sitting on 3 points. This Group 4 thing with Clarendon, Cornwall, Manchester High, that's an interesting group. Interesting group indeed. Interesting group. Any other news from Yard Ballers before we go over Yard, and any other news you want to highlight?
No, next week we will have more information about Yard Ballers in USL, out of USL. Because it's transfer market time when it comes to the USL, and we're going to find out who is being retained, who is not being kept. And I cannot find any new information about the young man from Miami FC who was charged for, is it rape or was it a sexual assault? One of those things. I don't know what is happening with him. I have to find out, I have to call my contact and find out what's happening with that young man as well, and to find out if Lamar Walker will actually remain a man. So next week I'll have more information on the players that we have in the US. Serious
allegations indeed. We'll keep the family abreast. And also Justin Master option was picked up by Minnesota, right? Come on, so his option was picked up.
Well, that's good. Justin have one more year to kind of prove.
Yeah, big up Justin.
Because this year wasn't a good year. He was ill, got injured. So it wasn't a good year for Justin. So that's good though that they picked up his option.
Football family, this is it now. Remember Champions League.
I'm sorry. We never talked about it. I'm sorry. And O'Neal Fisher's contract was declined by LA Galaxy. So
yes,
O'Neal Fisher is currently on the move.
All right, wow, good O'Neal Fisher. Just go on, find the next place, find the next team, family. Go on, don't know when the legend says one door closed, another one open. Go on, do your work, family. Go on, do your work. Football family, really appreciate you taking the time to join us. Really, really appreciate you. Up the likes, up the subscription. Really appreciate it. We'll highlight Jamaican football on this platform always. We'll also discuss world football, discussing EPL and La Liga, Champions League. Remember, Champions League and Europa League draw tomorrow. We'll give you update on the next round of matches. And festive football season coming up in the EPL as Chelsea is worried. Chelsea family worried. Brother, you better get Conte back fast. Hey, come on. We're going on the road, you know.
Bye.
All right.